diaspora, for people in the diaspora, and I've had my share of frustrations in getting people to listen and share and talk and trust. Actually, talking's not a problem. I can talk for Britain. Most of them can talk for Africa. So, moving on. Very important in anything where you're doing business is to have an understanding, to do your research. And I'm still learning very much every day about opportunities and people. And go on to the first slide. So what I want to do is map a bit of Africa's history. I want to take a historical view. We could look at Africa last night. How about that? What about Africa this morning? And tomorrow? And then this writing of history. We've had some comments about the person who writes the history, and that's what we learn. And how do we challenge convention? How do we challenge that history? Because actually, if we go on doing the same things that we've been doing and expect it to get better, different, that's a form of madness, I'm told. However, I'm doing the same thing I've been doing for 7 years now. And then a glimpse of the future. So let's take a historical view. Now, this is a map someone diligently created. I saw a colour version of it on Facebook at some stage, which was the tribal areas of Africa. I didn't save it, and I can't find it, but I found this. So, if you press the next slide. I've done an enlargement, but even that is too small to see which tribe this is or which tribe that is. And then someone else did some more work, and they took those tribal areas and put them in red, and then they put the political areas over the top of it. And even though I started looking at this a couple of days ago, I still can't understand why the political areas don't match one single line of the historical tribal areas. Now, for me, it helps me understand the fragmentation in the community, because everybody comes from somewhere different, and we ended up here, and maybe we share the same church, maybe we share the same school, maybe we share the same ideas, but actually that fragmentation is really complicated to deal with. We have a bit of an issue here. You know, the Italians came and they built a wall to stop the Scots getting into the UK. Now the Scots want to leave. The Welsh have their own particular idea, and that's fine. The Irish and the English have never got on well unless it's a party. And the French call us les roast beef. Neighbours always have issues. And looking at the map, the neighbours still have issues. So, Africa last night. I was with a Tanzanian lady this morning and I asked her to point out where Tanzania was. And it's quite difficult to see, but we think this is dark there. That little spot of light. But this is your challenge. Why is Birmingham lit up like that? Well, it's a bit like Johannesburg, I suppose. But actually, this is the challenge. On to this morning. I've got an app on my phone, and with it I can track flights. So this is a picture of flights in Europe this morning, and each one of these is a little plane, and when you go into that little plane it will give you the flight number and the destination and the time that it will land. India, Africa. And if it had shown me America on the same slide, you would see America looks like this, China looks like this. This is the challenge. This is what we're talking about when we talk about British-African business alliance. And business and alliance are the two important words. We're not talking politics. We're not activists. We're talking about how we create business. So let's look at tomorrow. And then some of you would say this is today because the commercial travellers are all over Africa. From China, India, USA, Europe, from UK, from the Middle East, from South America. Lots of work going on between Brazil and Angola. And from Southeast Asia. But actually, if you look at the difference in any of those maps, the lighting map, the flight map, the opportunities are still underdeveloped in Africa. It's virgin country, despite all the history, despite all the bits that have been taken away, people, minerals, whatever. There is a lot of work to be done. So look at tomorrow. How many of you have seen this map before? It is a picture of the land mass of Africa compared with a number of other countries. So if I go down the list, inside the land mass of Africa, you can fit China, USA, India, Mexico, Peru, France, Spain, Papua New Guinea, Sweden, Japan, Germany, Norway, Italy, New Zealand, United Kingdom, Nepal, Bangladesh,